I'm going to go through the top 7 shirts in this pretty hot niche right now, so let's get right into it. The niche we're talking about is the deer hunting niche, which is pretty hot right now. Usually deer hunting starts in September, goes through January or February, depending on what state you live in. But bow hunting deer season starts in September, usually the end of September, goes through the end of January, and then the gun season, at least where I'm from, starts around Thanksgiving. So right now is the time to get these designs created and published. They sell really well through the fourth quarter of the year, so you shouldn't have any problem selling a bunch of these shirts. So I'm going to go through my top 7. The first one I have is this fast food one. I have another fast food design that I'm going to go through a little later. But basically this fast food, basically means that the deer are running fast and you shoot them. But I think you can take this design and create a lot of different, silhouettes and targets and use different fonts and stuff like that to create a lot of unique designs. This is a common one in a lot of different passionate niches like deer hunting is the weekend forecast, deer hunting with chance of beer drinking. So this one, I think you could do a lot of, typography type stuff. You could use silhouettes like this one has. It's a good slogan, sells really well in a lot of niches, and especially the deer hunting niche. The more passionate a niche is, the better that I think this whole design is going to sell. Before I get into the third one, I want to talk about the merch report for the deer hunting niche. You can get that download in the description. There's 110 different design ideas for this niche in it, along with some keywords and vector image ideas, along with some font suggestions that we use. So if you want to download that, the link is going to be below in the description. So the third one is probably my favorite one out of the ones I'm showing you here in this video, and it's my family tree, has a deer stand in it. I actually showed this one to my dad and he wanted it. But you could do a lot of different things with silhouette images. You can do camo prints on here. You could do a lot of typography stuff. So basically when I'm doing design research for any niche, I'm basically just trying to find text that I can use and have my designers create some sort of typography over it, add some images along with some cool fonts, and just make it look good. Every niche is going to be different. This is geared towards more towards men. So I think, the fonts are a little more manly fonts. I wouldn't use like brush type fonts or script or anything like that. I'd use mainly block type fonts, some camo text, some orange in it. This one is a black t-shirt with orange. You could also have an orange t-shirt with black text because deer hunters use camo and blaze orange as their colors when they hunt. So if you're a hunter, you know what I mean. But those are the colors I would use. Those are the fonts I would use. And then images, I'd like to use a lot of silhouettes in my designs, but that's up to you. If you are an illustrator and you can hand draw stuff, that's even better. So this one is number 4, is similar to, I think, the first one. This one says eat more fast food. And I like this one because it's kind of a play on the healthy eating. A lot of people say, eat more veggies or something like that if you were in a different niche, but this one says eat more fast food. I also would take this idea and say something like, I eat organic or something like that, and have a deer with maybe with the sight in it where you're going to shoot the deer, just like the first one had this sight and it says just fast food, but the other one we have here says eat more fast food. You can say I eat organic and have a silhouette of a deer, and you can create multiple different designs just saying that simple phrase. So this is one idea that I found, and you can take this idea and change it into something else like, I eat organically or something like that, or eat more organic food. So right there is 3 different designs. You could create dozens of different designs from those 3. This is one of my favorites too. You see nature and I see deer jerky, steaks, sausages, and burgers. This is another play on it's kind of making fun of like people like tree huggers, I guess, if I can say something like that. But it's a good design. I would definitely use the text and create some different silhouette images, and maybe have a silhouette of each type of piece of meat on the deer. And then on the top it would say I see nature, and then you see nature, and then I see I see jerky, steaks, sausages, and burgers. And you could change this up. You could say I see jerky, hot dogs, and burgers or something like that. You don't have to use the exact text, which I really don't recommend using the exact text on any of these designs. But I like the idea of using a silhouette and then having like inside the silhouette having the image of, this is the ground meat, or this is the burgers, this is the jerky part, this is the steak part, these are the sausages, that type of stuff on a silhouette. I think that's a good idea. So our sixth one, the sixth one I found that I like is this bag, tag, drag, brag. You could definitely create a lot of different designs just using these 4 words, along with silhouettes, along with the scope thing where the scope is on the deer. I think you can create dozens and dozens of different designs just using this little phrase. So if you have a ton of spots in your Merch by Amazon account, I would create probably 50 different designs with this phrase on it. You can also do that on any of your stores, Redbubble or TeePublic or anything like that. Okay, this is actually my favorite one out of the 7 that I'm showing you, and I actually have this shirt myself, and I use it strictly for deer season when I go up and hunt with the guys. So this says Spoon and Crockpot Club, killing tomorrow's trophy today. It's a very funny shirt because I think a lot of deer hunters actually think that it's a sport, and for me and most of the people that I hunt with, it's not a sport. I want to get out there and I want to get some meat in the freezer, and so that it's really a funny play on people who go out there and sit for days and days and days waiting for one single deer to walk by, just because the rack is big. And that's not the way I hunt. That's not a way a lot of the people that I hunt with hunt. We just hunt for meat, and whatever we can fill our tags with, we'll shoot. So I think this design is probably one of the best, and I think you can create a lot of different designs. If you look up there's different types of clubs that have logos, like I don't know if you guys heard of the Lions Club or anything like that. Those types of clubs, like men's clubs used to be. I would try and create like a logo type version of this Spoon and Crockpot Club thing, and make it into some type of logo so people think like it's a real club, but when they read it, they laugh about it. So that's what I would do. And of course, you got to have a small deer in there with small horns, and that one's just a baby buck. I think this is the best one yet. Again, if you want to download 110 design ideas in this niche, the merch report for deer hunting will be in the description. And I think in the next video, I'm going to go through some of the meme style stuff that I would come up with for this deer hunting niche. And I'll release that video in a few days. So if you're interested in creating designs from memes, it's a really fun way to do it, really fun way to do design research. We're going to start adding that to the merch report research guides. So if you're interested in that, make sure to check those out when they come out. We'll see you guys in the next video.